freelancing and how it affects your taxes. My name is Tony Cameron with TLDR Accounting, and we provide tax and accounting services to therapists, small business owners, and individuals. So say you get a freelancing gig like Uber or TaskRabbit, maybe you're working off of Fiverr, any of those side hustles that you might have. A lot of folks are like, well, it's just a hobby. I don't really need to do anything with it. It's not important. And I'm here to say it actually is important, especially if you are receiving income from it. So if you have one of these jobs, you're going to get income from a client. But normally you'll receive a 1099 miscellaneous for it. So that's how you pay an independent contractor. But even if you don't receive a 1099 miscellaneous, you still need to report that income. So step one, if you are working as an independent contractor, is you need to be keeping track of your income and expenses. You're going to be required to pay taxes on this money. And so keeping track of, if you end up having to buy anything or buying envelopes or, if you have to buy any software for your program because you're doing some graphic design on Fiverr, right? Any of those, you need to keep track of those expenses. You also need to keep track of the income that you're receiving. And part of that is to make sure that if you do get a 1099 from the clients that you're working with, or if you're working with a service like Fiverr or Uber or TaskRabbit, that it matches, because you want to make sure that, that only your income is on that 1099 miscellaneous, since you are going to be taxed on it. So make sure you keep track of your income and expenses. That is definitely key, because you're going to have to report this income on your tax return, right? Make sure that you do pay in your estimated taxes. You need to report your income and expenses on your tax return, so you're going to have to pay taxes on this money. So you should be setting aside some money for this. In turn, you should be making estimated tax payments to the IRS. Now, for your estimated tax payments, they are due every quarter-ish. So the IRS is a little weird with some of the quarters because of when the government year-end date is. So Q1, that's due April 15th. You got to make an estimated tax payment for any income you earned January through March. The second payment is due June 15th, which is not the quarter end, and that's based on your income from April and May. Next up is September 15th, and so that's June, July, and August. And then last is January 15th for Q4, and that's actually September, October, November, and December. So that payment is usually a little bit more. But you're supposed to be making estimated tax payments to the IRS on these dates for the income that you're earning as a freelancer. The other thing to keep in mind is you do need to report your income, right? So if you get $1,500 for some graphic design work, you need to report that, even if you don't get a 1099, right? So say you're working for a law firm and you're doing some graphic design work for them. They're going to report on the 1099 that you earned this income. Maybe it got lost in the mail and it didn't make its way to you, right? And so they're saying to the IRS, oh no, you received this $1,500. And if you don't report it, you're going to get in trouble. They're going to be like, all right, how come you didn't report this on your return, right? You don't want the IRS looking at you like that. So you do want to make sure you include this income on your tax return. And it's going to go on Schedule C. It'll list out all of your income, all of your expenses, and you'll then come up with how much net income you made for the year and how much your taxes are on this. So as a freelancer, you still have to keep track of your income and expenses. You do have to make estimated tax payments. You're just like a normal business owner. It's just a lot of times you're just receiving a 1099 miscellaneous. Maybe you're only working part-time. Maybe you're working for, like I said, Fiverr, TaskRabbit, maybe Uber Eats, right? So the whole gig economy, right? You do need to report this income on your tax return. If you have any questions on this, just let us know. Hopefully you found this helpful. If so, subscribe below.